You want to know what's ridiculous? Bring me up the Mike McDaniel cut, okay? I like Mike McDaniel a lot, okay? But I want to, let's explain something about what Mike McDaniel's weak ass reasoning with this loss. And this is what frauds do. Okay? Frauds attack it like this. Okay? And I don't like this. This part here about Mike McDaniel, I don't like this. I'm not a fan of this shit at all. Not a fan at all of this. This child psychology bullshit that he's trying to pull, I don't fall for that. And if any of the players fall for this shit, then they're going to stay frauds forever. They will be frauds under this coaching staff. If you're believing this load of shit that Mike McDaniel put on the media yesterday in his press conference. Pull it up there, Sean. Let me hear from Mike McDaniel. And let's play this soundbite because he tries to spin the loss and the record and where they're at this moment. And this is where it's a bunch of crap. Sean, if you can, pull up that soundbite and play it for us.
Well, my foremost concern is that what I know to be fact, regardless, we are 3-1, and 2 of those wins came with, bottom line, the defense was on the field to win the game, so to speak, both in the Chargers and New England. So, like every season, first and foremost, I know nothing matters during the course of the season if you're not progressing and getting better. And my concern would be if what happened to us on this previous game, we didn't absolutely get better from, because I know the journey is long, and at the end of it, for the season to be worth anything, you have to be in big games and be at your best, and those things that happened on Sunday can't happen. So I have the utmost faith in the defensive coaching staff and our players, and I'm very candid and let them know that my expectation is that we aren't that team that continually does the same thing, makes the same mistakes. And then, I really, really want to see guys, come together in their journey and understand that not one player has to make a play on each play. I think there's some of that too, where guys have a high standard. They can feel during the game that it's not living up to their standard. So, all right, well, I'm going to go get I'm going to go strip the ball from this ball carrier, and then not get the ball carrier down, and that leak for 7 more yards. Things of that nature of guys just trying to make a play. They need to the entire locker room. They need to really come together as a group, and we need to, as a defense, play better team defense. And that's the great thing about this game. There's nowhere to hide. So, it is what it is, and that doesn't bother me. You get beat 48-20. You should know coming into the building that things have to get corrected, and that's not to our standard. So I think we're on that process. I think the meetings have been good today, and we'll see what that brings forth on Wednesday.
Say you're still 3-1, and that you got a chance this week, and bouncing back and all this shit. Like I saw some guy now just put on the chat board. I glanced, and I'll take 3-1 anytime. Oh, here we go. Red Skelton. We'll be 4-1 this weekend. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit, Red? Who gives a shit if you beat the Giants and the Carolina Panthers? You're supposed to beat them. That doesn't convince me shit, dude. See, you're a fraudulent fan also, Red, by the way. Any fan that is getting excited about beating the Giants in Carolina, you're a fraud too. This is why they've trained you to be frauds for over 25 years now, because you're falling for the banana in the tailpipe. The idea was to win this past week, to really prove that you're a real team and not the same frauds you've been for 25 years. You're supposed to beat the Giants, dude. You're supposed to beat Carolina. And you'll see me in those post-game shows with a ho-hum attitude about it. Beat Philadelphia. Beat the Bills consistently like they beat you. Then I can get excited. I can't get excited by beating Carolina or beating the New York Giants. You talk about ultimate frauds. The Giants are the ultimate frauds in the NFL. My God, they gave Daniel Jones a contract that you need to fire everybody in the Miami Dolphins if they did the same thing. I'm a Chris Greer guy, okay? I would not be a Chris Greer guy. I would say, yo, you need to go, dude. You need to go if you sign Daniel Jones to that contract. So, we'll be 4-1 this weekend, and then we'll be 5-1, and everything's just fine. No, it's not. It's the same middling team you've been for 25 years. It's the same bullshit that Jimmy Johnson sold you about being special. And he sold the same bullshit in his sound bites yesterday. Well, we're still 3-1. Wrong, dude. You're a fraud. The one that you lost is the one that counts. The other one is window dressing. And by the way, of repeating your mistakes, your defense sucked yesterday like it sucked against the Chargers. And by some miracle, you made a play at the end of the game because you're facing a choking quarterback in Justin Herbert. That's why. But the Bills have your number. They own your ass. So, and you were not competitive in that game. After 14-14, the game was over. That's what I'm trying to get at for some of you out there. Stop falling for the bullshit. The real test that we were hoping for this year is that you're actually a real team that can compete against the elite. That's the only way you're going to get deep into the playoffs and win a Super Bowl. The way you played against Buffalo, it's the same shit that happened to Jimmy Johnson and to Dave Wannstedt and to everybody else that has followed. Stop selling me bullshit. That's all. Don't give me this crap and, we're still 3-1, like the coach said yesterday. And, we've got 2 games against conference, this, that. You won against nothing. Nothing. Beating New England ain't shit, dude. You've won 5 in a row on New England. That's what I'm talking about. That's what you're supposed to do to the Bills. Go 4-1. Show me that you can dominate the Bills. Show me that you can win more than you lose against the Bills. Don't show me that you can win 1 out of every 8 or 9 times you play. That doesn't bring anything to the table. Fluke wins mean nothing. So this week, the win is window dressing. You're supposed to win. That's like, Dad, you mean you paid your bills? Great. You paid the mortgage in the house? You provided food for your family? Oh, okay. Let's give you a medal. No, dude. No. That's what you're supposed to do as a father. You're supposed to provide. You're supposed to protect. That's what I'm not supposed to congratulate you for doing your job. I'm not congratulating you for beating the Carolina Panthers or the New York Giants. That's not impressive. So I'd rather have a pissed off McDaniel and saying, this record doesn't mean shit to me until we start winning the big games. And then the child psychology bullshit that he pulls in the locker room on the players and then in the public about, well, the defense did this at the end of the game and got the stop they need. The defense sucked ass the entire game against the Chargers. At least they did something at the end. That's how I look at it. Okay? Vic Fangio was dog shit the entire game. And somehow someone bailed his sorry ass out at the end. That's how I look at it. And this past week, Vic Fangio sucked an even bigger ass and did not get bailed out. You play defense against what? The Patriots? A team that has no quarterback? Oh, congratulations. It's nice, positive, psychological bullshit from Mike McDaniel, but it's horseshit. Just want you to know, Mike McDaniel, horseshit. You know what horseshit is? That speech you gave yesterday at the podium. Horseshit. Okay? You're a 3-1 fraud. Period. End of story. You're the same team you've been for over 2 decades. You can beat some crappy teams, but you can rarely ever beat the good teams. And when you do, it's a fluke because you can't follow it up again and again and again and again. The only guy that could ever do that, his name was Don Shula. No other coach in Dolphin history has ever been able to do that. Jimmy Johnson couldn't do it. Dave Wannstedt couldn't do it. Joe Philbin couldn't do it. No one can do it. Only Don Shula is the only one that can go up against great teams and great coaches and win more often than not. With or without a quarterback, by the way.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.